Hi, good morning. Welcome to all of you. This is a new playlist that I am creating for how to do things with AWS. To start with, in this series, we'll just understand how do you create a free account in the AWS so that for rest of the sessions or videos that I'm going to create, we can go ahead and use this account for your operations. So as you know, quick introduction about AWS, it is a cloud service provider where you can utilize resources and pay as you go. It provides a lot of services, and it's one of the state-of-the-art new technologies available here, both infrastructure as a service platforms and software as a services and things like that. So I'll just go through a set of services available in a different video. Here we are going to talk about how do you create an account for free and then get started for free and do a lot of things using AWS with a free tier. So AWS offers a free tier for 1 year from the date you create an account, and it provides host of services with some of them are always free, some of them are free with a few usages, and it's available for every new customer. And you can go through this website. I'll share this link below the description as well, so that at any point of time if you want to understand what is free available. I'll also walk through this URL a little later in the same video. So the crux of the entire thing is you can get started for free, and then you can do a lot of proof of concept or understand using the free tier itself. And how do you get started? Number one is you need to create an account. And for me to, instead of me recreating the entire steps, it is available as part of the knowledge center from the AWS. This is something that I really liked about AWS is the URL path is very clean and readable, and you can directly go there. Second thing is it has very good documentation for most of the things that we do. The whole idea of my videos will be if it is readily available in documentation, I don't want to recreate. I'll point to there, go there, and then refer, because that becomes more authentic and maybe latest. And something which is not clearly found, where you have to mix and match and then create your own scenarios, that's where I'll create a lot of videos. Okay, so few things that we need to do is just follow the steps. In this case, I'll again go through towards the end of this video what are the things which are involved, and there is a link for the video as well from the AWS trainings perspective. And you create a user where you can use management console, which is a browser interface, and you can also provide an user, which is an administrative privileges. And AWS recommends that you enable multi-factor authentication. So that you have a second factor authentication for your securely access your account. And at some point of time, probably you may be looking at getting certified with AWS. It provides currently 6 different certifications. One is at a foundation level called a practitioner, and there are few verticals like associate, operations, and developer at an associate level. We can get into any of these certifications. And once you are done with this, you can get into a professional level certification. Certifications are always important and have a lot of value, both as an individual or from a corporate perspective, where you get more and better opportunities. And because you go through the certification process, you understand the system well and utilize the services in an effective and optimal manner. There are few things with a specialty certificate. Something with respect to networking, security, or Alexa skills, or machine learning databases, or data analytics. You can get into any certificate now without a prerequisite in terms of you don't need to follow this path, but AWS recommends to go through a specific path which helps to gain the knowledge in a predictable manner, so that you can get certified in specifically. Say for example, you can get certified in DevOps directly, but it is preferable either if you are an admin or a developer, get into this and then go to this level. So it becomes a clear path for you to get started. So typically there are multiple pricing models. One of the things that I want to discuss is pay as you go. There is a free tier, but beyond free tier, if you exceed the free tier, you are only paying for what you use. Or after the 12 months of your free tier, you are only paying for what you use. There is no charge for not utilizing your account. So if you don't use, you don't pay anything. So we generally recommend use the resources only when it is needed, and delete or terminate them once you are done with that. I mean, exception is a prod environment where your production environment is always running. I'm just talking about learning and understanding. Okay, so you can go through the pricing page, and when you use more, when you reserve, you save a lot of things, and when you use more, you are paying less per unit cost. So there are a lot of advantages from a pricing perspective as well. Currently, it supports four support plans. I would always recommend go with a basic plan where you don't need to pay a month-on-month fees. But if you go with a developer, business, or an enterprise plan, I mean, you can read about the other additional advantages you get. You end up paying a minimal amount every month, and it's good for people who are. Let's assume we are a huge enterprise where we want to use AWS for most of our enterprise activities. It's better to go ahead and create a support plan for this. But most of my videos will be, you will be able to complete them with a basic plan. So with a basic plan, with all these plans, there is a 12 months free. But with the basic plan, the additional advantage is beyond 12 months, you don't need to pay any amount per month unless otherwise used. So you can also look at the premium support, this URL that we can go through. So let me quickly go through these three URLs. So AWS free tier for free. So you can look for always free, 12 months free, and trails. Just an example, if you want to launch an EC2 instance, that is a virtual server on that, you get a free 750 hours per month for 1 core 1 GB RAM. It's generally called a T2 micro. And you get 5 GB cloud storage, you can 750 hours of databases, and 25 GB of a NoSQL database, 1 million requests of a Lambda, many things. You can go through a lot in detail. And if you look at always free, there are a few things which are always free, like something like this. We saw as part of the 12 months free as well, right? So this is good to understand what is free, what is not free before you want to get into that. And second thing is how do you create an account? This is what I was talking about. There is this post which clearly explains how do you create an account. There is a video. You can just go and play this video as well. You can go to management console. The portal is aws.amazon.com, and then you can create for your personal usage or a professional usage. One thing you need to really keep in mind is you need a valid email ID, valid phone number, and a valid either credit or debit card. So you supply because you need to verify both your email ID and a phone number, and you need when you are creating an account, it will deduct some amount, let's say around 2 rupees or so, but will be refunded back. They just to verify you have a valid credit card, and then you get an email, you get SMS, a code that you have to enter. And it also asks you to enter your PAN card. That is optional as of what I have seen. And you can choose to enter now, or you can choose to enter little later as well. So in the process, please choose a support plan which is basic, which is free until you migrate to a different support plan. So the support plans are available here, multiple support plans, and you also see a lot of benefits over here. Developer